Well, let me remember. What I remember so vividly is that her ability to talk about her work in a way that you could feel the passion in the air. And so the body language, the tone of voice, and by the way, we're Italian, so we do a lot of this body language things. And so the way in which she shared with me and later with my sister and then with my father what happened, at work with our kids, and the progression also that she saw, in the growth journey of her own kids. She felt so proud of herself, of making, let's say, a meaningful impact on the lives of her kids. And she was very good at storytelling. So going back to your point, absolutely. So it goes beyond feeling the passion. You need also to share your passion with others if you want to take them on board. And by the way, she never told me, Elisa, you should become a teacher one day. So and this is something that I will always recognize and appreciate of my mom, because she never pushed me or my sister to one specific career path, but the way in which she embodied her values, her principles, and the way in which also she nurtured some of her character features, I think it was an eye-opener role model for me and my sister.
So she's...
And by the way, also my father played a big role too. So now I'm not just saying that it was all my mother benefit, but also my father. But my father, he was a tech guy doing these crazy things with technology back in the years. I remember he coming home with one of the very first personal computers, this massive thing, great thing, and so it was a bit more difficult to empathize with what my father was doing. Although later on he had an impact on my career, but in the early days it was more my mom.
Okay, then to be fair, what did he have the impact on your career so that we can celebrate with him? Share with us.
Absolutely. I think that in a very gentle and kind way, he nudged myself and my sister to become familiar with new technologies and not to be afraid of embracing technological change, while always being cautious and exercising good judgment when using new tools and new technologies. I remember that he was the very first person telling me, have you heard about this Google thing? You should try out, And again, he always did it in a very gentle way. He was never, let's say, top-down, command and control, do this, do that, and so on. He tried, again, to nudge myself and my sister, sharing some examples, but without being, let's say, too much pushy with the two of us. And yes, so later on in my career, when I studied, especially in the consulting world, I immediately realized, the importance of, let's say, being open to technological shift, to avoid thinking that, this will never touch my job, or this will never be something that I should be familiar with or I should be knowledgeable about. And this is also what happened recently with generative AI. So yeah, so a big thank you also to my dad.